Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we got something different on the channel today. We got a Shadowverse Evolve feature match today. It's going to be a new thing I have for the channel. This is a game that I've been playing for a while now, and it's a game I actually find to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to do more of these kind of videos in the future here, because yeah, I like the game and I want to do content on it. So today, in today's feature match, we got Vampire Bat Abyss versus Amulet Haven. So a mid-range control deck versus a aggro deck. So we shall see how this goes. Haven has some cool things it can do this matchup with the removal it has to try and keep bats off of certain cards that can go to the graveyard. So Haven has some banish-related removal, which can help. So anyway, as we can see here on turn one, on the bat side, we got Summon Bloodkin, and then on the Amulet Haven side, we got a Meowsker's Amulet. So going on to turn two here, and we're going to be swinging with a bat, and looking like we're going to be playing one here for a Vampire Fortress, which is going to check the top three to grab a Vampire. So a lot of good things to choose from in this deck. There are a lot of good Vampires now, ever since set 9. So there are both the Vanias that you can grab, and looks like we're grabbing a gift for Bloodkin, which is another good card that you can get off of this. And looks like we're going to be paying a second play point to sack the fortress for a second bat. So 3 bats, currently 2 in the field and 1 EX area, so pretty good start. And it looks like on Amulet Haven side, we got a Sekhmet coming down, which is going to sack the Meowsker's Amulet to kill one of the bats and do 1 to face. So pretty good. It is a 2/3 body, so this should be pretty decently statted, but it can be removed pretty easily, obviously, with like Last Daylight and like several other Evo effects. But if it sticks in the field, it can be kind of annoying, because it's Amulet Haven has a lot of ways it can get that thing loaded to remove more things. But it looks like we're going to be swinging one with this bat. And we're going to be paying 2 here for the set 2 Vania. So it's going to gain attack equal to the amount of vampire tokens on the field. So it's going to get +1/+1 here, and it's going to looks like we're going to pay our last play point for the turn to sack the bat to kill the Sekhmet and then do 1 to face. So pretty good. And now we're on to the Amulet Haven side here. We're going to be dropping a Nana Abe, which is going to attempt to search for some amulets. The Evo is also really good. It can summon a cost 3 or less amulet from hand for free, so that's really good. However, I don't think we have one by the looks of it, which it would be rough. And that is the case. So yeah, that's kind of rough and unfortunate because this deck has a lot of amulets that it can summon that are 3 or less, so that's just odd that he does not have one. But anyway, we play on. Looking like we're going to be paying 3 for the Vampire, or not a Vampire, Unleash the Nightmare, my apologies. It can be paid for 3 instead of 4 if you control a Vampire, so it's really good value there. It looks like we're going to pitch one of the bats to kill the Nana Abe, deal 1 to face, and then swing for 3 with the Vania. So it's going to be 19 to 13 on the early going here, so bats are going fast, as they usually do. Looks like we got a Phantom Blade Wielder here on the Amulet side. So, see if we can remove some bodies here. It can remove... It does 2 damage on Evo to something. And at the end phase, if he has 2 play points at least, he can do 2 damage on our body. But it looks like we're just going to commit both 2 damage pings to the Vania and leave 2 of the bats standing, which is fine. I mean, you could make the argument to kill a bat with 2 damage and then swing into the Vania to get rid of 2 bodies, but it does give him a 3/3 body on his side that, if it lives, that's some face damage that can happen. And there are 2 play points open, so there are some things that he could combat bats here if it's played into. So if one of the bats swings, he could potentially play the cards like Angelic Barrage, Vengeful Radiance is another good one that can deal with multiple bats. So there are some options. We'll see if there are any in hand. but it is something that looking like this looks like the that is actually me playing on the right, but it looks like I'm trying to play around. It looks like. So I know when I was playing this, I was trying to play around several things, but it doesn't. But it looks like at this point I'm finally committing, and we're going to be paying 1 for Raven, which is a pretty good one drop. So I'm going to get another bat in the EX area. Might potentially get some healing going on here as well. They can put us back up to 20, and looks like that's what we're doing. Yep, healing 1 to get to 20, and looks like we're going to do Last Daylight. That's pretty good right there, and it's going to boost all our bats. However, it does still play into Barrage. A Barrage would really, really hurt. It also does buff up the Raven because there's a 1-drop as well, so that's going to be a 2/2. It looks like we're going to be swinging with the bats, and doesn't look like anything to combat that, even with the 2 play points open. So those hit face, surprisingly. Now we're back on the Amulet Haven side. We got another Meowskers to check the deck here for anything to help us here in the situation. Even with the total being 20 to 9 here, it's still winnable on the Haven side. There are still some ways they can get back into this. They have cards like Temis. They have cards like Cerulean Hind to heal and everything. And they also have Boost Kicker to clear the board as well. So it's not like a losing position yet, but they are running out of time. And it looks like on this Nana Abe here, we are getting a Psychic Maiden, and we're going to be using the Evo this time. At least we have a target, but that is our only target, unfortunately. And it looks like we're going to be banishing a card here on Fanfare and deciding to hit the token and then killing another token by swinging into it. I probably would have just gotten rid of the Ravens. That way it keeps us off 5 vampires in the cemetery. But then again, probably wanted to get rid of the tokens more. So there is that. See what we got here on this turn, though. There's a lot of things we can do. No play points open, looking like on the Amulet Haven side, which is great. To see if you're playing bats here right now. So anything that's going to happen is going to be going in uninteracted. It looks like we'll see what we can do here. There's a lot of ways we can like try to push damage here. Maybe we have a set 9 Vanny in hand, but it does not look like we do have that because we got Old Bloodkin coming down, which is actually pretty good. It's going to be boosting up our bats and giving our bats Rush and Assail. So that's going to clear the Evo with one of the tokens, presumably, and all the rest of these tokens are going to get to 2. And that one that still stuck around is going to be at 3, which is nice. And it looks like we are going to ram one of the tokens into the Nana Abe Evo, and I'm going to be swinging for 5 to put them down to 4 defense. So now it's 21 to 4. We healed 1 due to a bat being played off the Old Bloodkin, so making the deficit even wider. Yeah, things are getting a little out of hand here. It looks like we got Kade coming down, which is actually not bad here. It does get rid of a body. It banishes it, so it keeps us off 5, which is good. And it looks like, and also it will be healing at the end of the turn, so yep, that's what he's doing. He's warding up. It's a 3/5 ward, and it will be healing for 5 to put them back up to 9, which is good. However, that's their only play for the turn. There is 1 play point open, so there is potentially a play that could happen. It could be like maybe Angelic Barrage here. That could be nice. There is Dark Offering as well if he needs to kill one of his cards on the field to heal more, to stay alive. So, but I'm sure a Barrage would be way more devastating here to get rid of these bats, because these bats are getting a little bit too big. And we're still not in set 9 Vanya range, sadly. I know I mentioned it last turn, but we are still at 4 in the cemetery, so we can't even go for 6 here if we wanted to. Looks like a doubling is coming down, and that does mill the Old Bloodkin off the top, so now we are at 5 for later turns. It looks like we're going to go 2 damage to the Kaina, and we're about to swing into it, but it looks like there is a potential interaction here, because there is 1 play point open on Amulet's side. Let's see what could come down here. It looks like it's going to be a Dark Offering, so it's going to destroy the Kade, and he's going to be able to heal a little bit. Still taking a lot to the face, however. He's still taking, looks to be 7 to face. which is just a lot. It kind of just makes that Dark Offering null and void, it feels like. Unfortunately. But he does live, and that's important. But he does need something like Temis here to clear this board. A Temis would be really nice. But unfortunately, even if he Temises here on his following turn here, he's going to be still in range to Vanya, the set 9 Vanya range, which just one-shots him. So it might have to just heal. And it looks like we're going to continue. We're still on the Bat's turn here. We're going to be paying 2 for Raven, which is going to heal 2 and burn 2 and then draw a card. So now it's going to be 23, I believe, to 3, which is just ridiculous. And it looks like we're going to be ending the turn with a Precious Bloodfangs to make another Bat just to get as wide as possible. Make this as difficult to deal with as possible for the Amulet Haven side. Basically, the only thing they can clear this board with basically is probably Temis. But they still have to prioritize healing to stay out of, you know, Vanya range, or set 9 Vanya range. There is a world here that they can also clear it with Boost Kicker. That also is something, but that still doesn't heal either. They got to find a way to commit a card in there to heal to at least get out of range while also clearing board. So that's their goal this turn. That's gonna be a lot to ask when there's 5 bodies on the board. So see what gets played. But this is the issue with this matchup. If you're playing Amulet Haven, you kind of have to play into Bat's pace. You have to like match their pace the entire game. If you lose a step at any point, Bats will just run over this matchup, it looks like. And it looks like we are paying 4 here for Cerulean Hind, which will grab an amulet off that he finds in the top 5. Looks like we're grabbing a Sacred Plea off of that. Not something that can heal him, though, which sucks. The Evo can heal him. I think it can heal him for 4, I believe, which does get him to 7, which is out of set 9 Vanya range, if he can also back this up by clearing the board. So we'll see what he can do here. He's going to be swinging into the Dublame. That is the biggest statted thing here, so get rid of that. That's 1 down. And there is the Boost Kicker. However, he can only pay 1. He only has 1 left after playing it to then do 1 AoE to the board, which gets rid of everything except for the Raven, and that is unfortunate because now 1 set 9 Vanya does it. There is a play point that gets brought back because of the Boost Kicker, so there is potential that he could maybe interact with, maybe get another Dark Offering to get out of range. But here comes the set 9 Vanya. We'll see if that happens. The Vanya can get rid of both bodies when the Bat is played to play around the Dark Offering. Let's see here. We got 1 coming down, or looks like they're checking the cemetery to be sure, but there is plenty at this point. And gets rid of the ward. Doesn't play around Dark Offering, but looks like he didn't have it anyway. And Bats are going to be taking that with lethal with Raven and Vanya. So that is the game. And yeah, like I said, Bats, if in this matchup, if they can just go fast and kind of hit their curve really easily, and Haven can keep up, then they are kind of on the back foot and struggle to keep up with it. But anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And expect more of these videos coming up because I have several of these recorded. So I hope you guys enjoy this and the ones to come. So leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.